Hi guys, this is Joe Kelly. So today we're going to be talking about those of you who have tried a lot of things to be free, so many different things to be free, and yet you still have no idea how to be free. So what I hear a lot from actors when I start working with them is that you've tried many different coaches, methods, approaches to acting, that you've tried to always be in training, that you try to really prep your scenes a lot, that you try to rehearse a lot, that you try to get your text as deep in as possible so that you'll get free. That at the end of the day, you do the best you can, and that you really try genuinely to be free when you act. And then I also hear, some actors say that it will come, and it comes with time, and you have to be patient. But basically, I think that the through line that I'm finding in all of the actors that are trying to be free and that haven't found a way to get there consistently yet is the word trying, right? Like as if freedom was somewhere and you have to look for it or learn it or step up to it or improve to be free. So there's the the trying is the part that doesn't work, because what's actually happening is that you are free. You're not in a cage, actually. So as a human being, you were born free. You have feelings, sensations, perceptions, and then you have a, it triggers something chemically inside of your body, and then you have emotions and impulses. So you are free by default. And so when you keep trying to learn about your freedom, to improve in order to be free, to fix the fact that you're not free, to work so much ahead of time so that you try to control every piece of the puzzle so that you can be free in the moment, well, it's not working, because you're still making freedom an external thing to you. Freedom something that you don't have, when actually you are always, if you're alive, you are free to feel, to sense, and anything that goes through your system, right? So coming from that standpoint, what I want us to look at is that, of course, the more that you try to learn, the reason it's not working and it's exhausting, and you like do so many classes and do so much work and you're still not free, the reason it's exhausting is because the more you try, the further away you're going to be from your freedom, which is always and already there. So that can be really frustrating for actors. There might be a lot of frustration going on, because maybe sometimes you touch freedom because, everything aligns and you have the right director at the right time with the right role and the right partner, and everything's going your way and you feel the freedom, but actually you have no idea how you got there and you can't get there consistently. And as long as you're not free consistently, well, that means that you do not have access to your existing freedom. So it's always there, always, always. And the reason why you have a less and less access to it is because you keep trying, you keep learning, you keep trying to control. The trying is really the big piece here. The more you try to be at a different place than the place that you are right now, the less you're present. And the less you're present, the less free you are. So when you can be present to whatever you have going on right now, you're free. And when you're trying to be present or trying to be free or instinctive, when you're trying, you're not here right now. You're over there trying something. The only thing that there is in reality is you right here, right now, right? So you are always and already free by default as a human being. And one thing that prevents you from being there is trying to get there. You're not looking at what you have. So what is happening, right? Why is that happening? Well, because the way that we've been conditioned has trained us to resist our freedom. So if you recall on your earlier days, when you were a child, you were asked to control your emotions by your parents, right? So parents will often say, don't cry, you're fine, or don't get angry, don't be too happy, that's too loud. And then at school, you've been controlled too. You've been asked to sit down, to not listen to your body needs, to be quiet, to not express yourself, to be like everybody else. So you've learned little by little to repress everything about your freedom. So that's what we call resistance. Resistance to what? To your freedom that's already there. So your resistance is really a learned behavior. It's a learned behavior that comes on top of your freedom and that represses it. And then you're just walking around resistant. When you stop trying to be free and you can finally be in the present moment, into your instinct right here, right now, you start feeling levels of freedom that you didn't even know existed. I hear so many testimonials, and if you're in the Facebook group or on Instagram, you can see them, of people who are resetting their instrument in our program, and they're saying, I didn't even know it was possible to feel this way. It wasn't in my grasp. I had no idea that these type of feelings existed. And so when you're really, really with everything that you are right now, and that you're not resisting your existing freedom, things start to happen. You can do a self-tape or walk in an audition room and really not be absorbed by people pleasing. You're so free that you are with your character in the moment, going for what they want, and you really are not trying anything. You're not trying to get it right. You're not trying to book. You're so present, so alive, that you become magnetic in the room. That's when people, want to work with you, and you might not even fit the part, but they'll say, okay, well, you're not the right height or color or age or whatever, and they'll say, but it doesn't matter. We'll change the role because we want you. Because it's become a very rare commodity to be fully free, fully alive. And there is a way for you to consistently be free. It doesn't have to be an accident when you're free. You don't want that to happen sometimes in your career. That's why you're an actor. You want to feel that extraordinary sensation, super fulfilling sensation of freedom, because it's exhilarating to you and it's exhilarating for the audience, or for the casting director, the director, the team, whatever, and in the end for the audience. That's why you're doing this job, right? So the only thing for you to do is not to try and get there, because it's already there. It's not to learn. There's nothing to learn. You are free in the first place. It's not to improve. You're perfect. It's to actually undo that conditioning, to undo the formatting, the programming that's being shoved down your throat as if that was the only way to behave. When you undo the programming, when you work through the resistances, then your freedom is intact. It's bulletproof. It's still there. The only thing that's happening is that there's that layer of programming, conditioning, and resistance that's over it. But once you work through it and with it, well, then here you are again, right? Your nature as a human being hasn't changed. You have a bag of bones, and when it's triggered, it's feeling things, it's sensing things, it has some impulses. And that is very easily restored, but there's nothing to learn, there's nothing to improve, there's nothing to fix, there's nothing to try. It's right there. So it's really going back to the gold in your mind. It's going back to that. Just getting out of the cage and being yourself, right? The cage of the conditioning. So that's the only cage you're into, right? So what's one action you can take? I'm going to share a free resource in here, a free training. It's called Stop Trying to Be a Good Actor. So you have a chance at being great. for the ones who have never worked with me, that might be a nice first step to take. It will take this discussion that we're having right now further. And if you've been following me for a while and you're feeling that you're ready to dive in and do this work, then let us know, write to us in the comments. Let us know that you're ready to jump in. You could just send me info, or I want to reset. You can write reset, that's it. Write reset in the comments and we can send you some information and let you know when you can start doing that. Just a quick reminder that we're still doing the BOGO support during COVID. So if that's helpful to you, please take advantage of it. And that's it, guys. I think this is it for today. Let us know if you have any comments or questions, and myself or my team will get to them later. All right? Okay. Bye-bye, everyone.